Hello, and I'm glad that you guys are able to get with me today on this lovely Tuesday, September 14th afternoon where I am. Today, we're going to discuss, because I do have somebody alongside with me, and you all know who she is. But today, we're going to discuss a couple of things. We're going to talk a little bit deeper about air fryer, and we're also going to discuss the topic about it is okay to be able to say no. You don't always have to say yes. So, without further ado, I I would like to bring in Jan from New York City Saves Money.
Hi, Steve. Hi, everybody.
And how are you?
I'm doing well today. How you doing, Steve?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm doing fine.
Good.
hmm So, anyway, let me bring me back. So, we're going to talk about, as you know, a few days back, and I've already shown videos in which I unboxed it and a couple of things that I've prepared in it. Well, I have furthered that a little bit more, and I'll include a couple more pictures at the end of this, so you guys can see it. But I attempted some steak fries earlier today, and I also attempted some battered fish fillets. Came out like a charm. And I know it came out like a charm. Apparently, you said when I took a bite, I had this certain look in my face.
You certainly did, Steve. I happen to be on a video chat with Steve today, and of course, we're talking about the air fryer because I happen to be heating up something for lunch in mine. And he says, it is lunchtime. And he says, let me try this. And he heated up certain, fish fillets. And when it first came out of the air fryer, he showed it in the camera. So that looks really good. Well, I saw Steve bite into these fish fillets. He looked like he was in absolutely heaven because everything hit every note in the way you were tasting it. It looked like it was reasonably crunchy and properly cooked. And how did it taste?
I have to tell you, it tasted extremely good because when I went shopping yesterday, afternoon, I wanted to get a few more things to try in the air fryer. And like I said, I'll include it at the end. All it is Gorton's beer battered fish fillets.
Yeah.
All I did is I took 3 out of the package, I laid it in there, and I just set it for basically 390, maybe 400 degrees for about 9.5 minutes.
Wow.
I took it out. I put it on my little tray so it could cool off. It came out like a charm. The fish was flaky. It wasn't dry. And before that, most people may or may not have them, is Red Robin. Well, normally I buy a lesser priced, lesser expensive French fry. To me, a potato is a potato for the most part. But I happen to see Red Robin French fries, seasoned steak fries. If I'm going to eat a French fry, I prefer either a good crinkle cut or a steak fry. I will eat shoestring like you get at McDonald's, Wendy's, and so on, but I don't like it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to give the French fries a try, and I cooked them about halfway for about 6 minutes, took it out, shook it, stuck it back in there, and reset it for the other half.
Right.
It came out great. I will also include that picture at the end as well, along with the fish. So
that's amazing.
But I must say, since I've only had this since Friday, and I do want to further, educate myself more with this. I'm already head over heels in love with it for the fact that I can have deep fried quality foods without all the grease.
Yes, that is huge, Steve. I look at that as a savings in so many ways. I really do. For example, you're saving time, you're saving effort, and you're saving oil.
Right. Yeah. I mean, of course, you just want to make sure that it's kept clean. I mean, it's so elementary to use. All you do is pull the basket out, add what you want. They say preheat, but I've never attempted that.
Yeah, me either.
But it's so elementary to use. You pull the basket out, add your content, put it in there, pick your temperature control, set the timer, and wait for the ding or the beep or whatever it is, and then pull it out, and you're done.
That's it.
Unless you're doing French fries or something that needs to be shook, that way it doesn't stick together. But yeah, I'm in love. I mean,
this morning, Steve, I uploaded a video called "Poor Gal's Steak and Eggs." So if anybody hasn't had a chance to see it, I hope you have an opportunity, because in the morning I generally like to have a high protein breakfast because that gives me more energy.
Yeah.
If I have too many carbs for breakfast, I feel draggy and hungry. So for me, protein wins. The reason I'm mentioning this is because you'll see in the video, I pop in a pre-made, pre-cooked hamburger that's frozen. I use them as I need it, as I go along. Pop it in that air fryer for X number of minutes. while I'm doing other things. In this case, I happen to be frying sunny side up eggs to go with it. In another case, I could be taking a shower while that thing is going on. I could be multitasking. The point I'm making is by using this instrument, this appliance, it can make our mornings less hectic, especially now, Steve, with moms and dads getting their kids ready for back to school. If you want a substantial, decent breakfast without it always being cereal, for example.
Oh, yeah.
You can make cinnamon rolls in these things. It's incredible.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when I did my part 2 to the air fryer, I happened to do, the PDF of the recipe book, and it showed the cinnamon rolls.
They look great.
I would be willing to try, not that I'm trying to focus so much on desserts, but I would be willing to try that. And I would also, at some point, wouldn't mind trying the donuts.
Yes.
Donut recipe.
Tomorrow, I'm sorry, you were going to say?
Well, the only thing I was going to mention, just short and brief, is that I will further, I plan on going on the internet and look up other things that I can prepare in the air fryer, or even watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And look and see what other things I can cook in the air fryer. I would love to try a hamburger. I know that would be a good thing. I know I see that in my PDF lineup. I would like to do like boneless chicken breast.
Right.
I've already done the breaded fish, but I would love to try filleted fish.
Right.
Like, unbreaded, like almost like you're going to broil or bake it.
Right.
You can't.
Did they mention that in the user manual?
I didn't see it from what I recall, but I'm going to look further into it and make 100%.
Maybe a viewer can let you know if there's anybody out there that has experience using like unbreaded actual fish in your air fryer. Let us know. We're curious.
Yeah, I would like to know that, because I don't mind breaded fish. I really don't. But if you give me a choice, I prefer either broiled or baked.
Absolutely.
With lemon, pepper, and all your spices.
And this just goes to prove you don't need grease for flavor. You need actual real food, and you can put your own little spices on top of it, your paprika, your garlic powder, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, those are 0 calories, Oh, by the way, Steve, I want to quickly mention tomorrow, I actually have an actual official product review of my compact air fryer. That's going to air tomorrow, if you don't mind me mentioning this, at 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. Eastern time.
5 a.m. Okay.
We have a lot of good stuff to look forward to this week.
Actually, I would like to watch that, because I'm thinking the only real difference between your model and mine is I think mine is a slightly bigger basket, but I just want to see what the differences are. I think the answer is none except for size, but but I'll tune in. Let's see. So anyway, in closing about the air fryer, like I said, I know you and I are both, head over heels nuts about it, because we can.
And it wasn't always that way for me, and I'll get into that my show tomorrow.
Yeah. But I definitely, in closing for me, I'm going to look on YouTube. I'm going to look through Google, and I'm going to look for air fryer recipes, and because I definitely want to further.
Absolutely.
I don't want to just cook, prepackaged stuff. I mean, there has to be stuff that I can make from scratch that I can put in there and do.
Absolutely, there is.
Yeah. So now let's go ahead and shift gears on this really good topic that a lot of people out there have difficulty using. It's a very simple 2-letter word that people do have difficulty talking about. No. Sometimes, no matter what, everybody at some point should not have an issue saying the word no. Sometimes I feel, and I know it's okay, it is fine to say the word no. Sometimes you have to, because everything in life is not going to be yes, 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 yes.
Absolutely not.
So,
and if I might bring in, sometimes as a result of those people who are afraid to say no, that may cost you money in the bank. That may cost you credit card debt. Why am I saying that? Some people are too embarrassed, like if they're led by the nose with other people. They're afraid to say no to their friends as if they're still in preschool, not preschool, but in intermediate school and high school, junior high, so afraid of not being accepted by your friends. If you have real friends, they will understand if you can't make it to that expensive restaurant. that you can't afford right now because you have savings goals. Real friends will understand it. It's not that we're saying be mean, rude, or disrespectful, but a polite no, a polite negation at times is very necessary. What do you think, Steve?
Agree. And again, you know, credit card debt, that type of thing, that that can definitely can result. You got to be careful. Um,
Absolutely.
the answer, I mean, every you know, I never I don't like to plan anything from day to day. Why? Plans can be broken. Plans can modify. Things can come up. Oh, by the way, I know I was supposed to meet you at 4 o'clock. I can still meet you, but it's going to be 5 o'clock, 4:30, or there's times I'm sorry I can't make it all together. So that's you just don't,
Absolutely.
right. So it's
To be flexible is very good. So the bottom line is with the word no, use it gently, but use it necessarily. And don't feel badly about it. Don't look back and regret it because sometimes you just have to say no. By saying no to certain things, you're actually saying yes to other things that are more of a priority in your
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So,
It's also, for example, if somebody, let's say a person gets a phone call, and this particular person, wants you to do something for them, but you do want to do it, but due to certain circumstances or whatever may result, it again, even it's okay. The bottom line is, don't be afraid, and don't feel that saying no is a bad thing, because it's not. Sometimes I know that there's many times somebody's called me, "Hey Steve, da 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 da, would you do me a favor? I need you to help me out. Is there any way you can do?" No, I'm sorry, I cannot help you.
that's right.
If the answer is no, the answer is no. I know that helping somebody out is a Christian thing. In order to receive a blessing, you have to give one. I know that. But if something can be or result in something that happens too excessively, now it doesn't turn into a yes no. Now it's almost as though your kindness is being mistaken for weakness. You have to be careful.
Absolutely. I mean, also, if the phone rings at, if you're trying to focus on your business day and it's a personal call, if it can wait till later, and you even ask the person, well, can we talk later? And that person doesn't understand. They're not really being very considerate of your needs. Or if people call very late in the day, I have a personal rule. I will not call someone's home. This is truth. I will not call someone's home after 8 p.m. at night. I feel after 8 p.m., those hours are sacred. Many people want to wind down. It's a
Yes.
long day, a long business day. So for me, you're not going to hear from me at all after 8 p.m.
But let's reverse the table. The person who may want to contact you should show you that same courtesy back.
Right.
I myself, 7:30, that's it. I won't call anybody. I usually won't message anybody. That's usually mellow out. I'll get with you tomorrow. Unless it's an absolute need to contact me. And mind you, only very few people, I may have 2 or 3 people that can actually get in contact with me after that 7:30 time frame. Because if you try to call me 8:30, 9:30, I don't care if you're on a different time zone, tough. I'll get with you the following day. It can wait.
Right.
That's me.
And like so-called emergencies, for example, I mean, unless it's like a very close family member. I mean, like my DNA, they have carte blanche.
Sure.
Everything else, no.
No, I go along with that.
I
Yeah.
narrowed it down. I have my DNA carte blanche. Everybody else, no.
Yeah.
It can wait till tomorrow. You have to draw boundaries in life.
Yeah. So, bottom line, people, if you're a go-to person, you always want to say yes out of the kindness of your heart. Just remember, it does not hurt to speak up and say no. It's funny how a 2-letter word is so difficult to get across sometimes.
It really is. And it's such a powerful word.
It is. All right. I want to thank you for coming aboard. As
Thanks
always.
for having me.
You're welcome. And, again, all of you, I'm glad you're here. And you never know. We'll see you next time. I hope all of you have a good day. See you next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.